What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today's Friday, January 30th. Now, today's video is going to be a mind-blowing video, and I want you to watch this throughout the entirety. And why is that? Well, I'm going to be talking about what's going to start to happen on February 20th of 2026. Now, what we're going to see within crypto, which will affect Bitcoin, Dog, and also precious metals, is that there's going to be a paradigm shift, a new era that's going to begin. And this is all due to, if you believe in this, astrology, and also how planets are aligned, because we haven't seen this, a planetary alignment, or aka conjunction, between Saturn, Neptune, and also Earth, and how they align with Aries. Now, you must be wondering, what does this all mean? Well, don't worry. The whole point of this video is to help explain to you what is about to happen and what you could expect within the crypto market, because you are a crypto investor. So I want to make sure that you understand what's going on in the broader aspect and what could happen starting on February 20th. So let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X. Please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and have us safely. Guys and girls, let's get right into it. Okay, so right now, Dog Bitcoin is at 100 million market cap, close to around 110. Now, you may have seen a sharp spike that just kind of came out of nowhere, but let's look at Bitcoin's price. So Bitcoin right now is around 84,000 US dollars. Now, just as of this morning, it was at 82,000 US dollars. But we have seen volatility across the board. Just recently, as of this morning, we saw gold roughly erase $4.1 trillion. We saw silver erase around $1.4 trillion, copper, palladium, platinum in the billions of dollars, S&P and NASDAQ also in the multi-billions of dollars in terms of 3 digits. But when you look at Bitcoin, it's only down roughly $108 billion, which is very little compared to what we're seeing in terms of erasement on silver and gold. When in fact, actually earlier this morning, we saw that silver crash from roughly around $120 to $80. That's 30% drawdown just a single day. But we're seeing that silver has actually flipped Nvidia back again. So when that dip happened, we saw that silver was below Nvidia. I do want to talk about silver and why this could be the end of silver coming up starting in February 20th. And I'll talk about that at the end of the video. And the reason we're thinking this is because if you look at what Memecoin has brought up, is that if you compare gold to silver, gold dominance has actually been falling for quite some time. Ever since we've seen silver grow in value, silver has been pumping massively, while gold has been pumping, but not as much as silver. So he thinks that there is going to be a switch in the next coming months, that gold is actually going to have a rally and outperform silver, which will tie into what we're going to talk about. Now, we just found out in breaking news that President Trump has officially nominated Kevin Warsh, who is now going to be the next new Fed chair for the Federal Reserve. Now, a lot of people have some mixed feelings. People say that he's either hawkish. Some people say he's very dovish around crypto. People actually around crypto Twitter feel very positive about this choice and that they do expect a lot of rate cuts to happen very soon. And as you know, the replacement of the Fed chair happens on May of 2026. Okay, now let's look into the meme coin sector. So as a result of Bitcoin going up, we can see that most of the meme coins are in the single digits. So we have Floki up 2%, we have Dogecoin up 2%, we have Dog Hat up 1.76%. There's a reason why I'm bringing up these dog coins. I'll bring that up in a little bit. We have SPX 6900 up 1.46%, even though it's down almost close to 20% the past 7 days. But let's go over to Dog Bitcoin. It's up 1.16%, one of the very few coins that are up right now. Now, you could be focusing over the past day, which everything is in green, but have you seen what the coins have been doing over the past month? Actually, Dog is the best performer of the top 20 meme coins by market cap, yes. And check this out, have you noticed something? Dog-themed meme coins are actually the best performers. And why are they the best performers? Well, let's go over to CoinGecko. When you go to CoinGecko and you go into key statistics, you already know that dog-themed meme coins capture the most market share. And the reason they capture the most market share of all themed meme coins is because they're actually the best performing, cutest meme coins out there. They're literally man's best friend, and also one of the most beloved meme coins out there was Dogecoin that started this whole thing. So Dog, being the #1 Bitcoin meme coin, is about to experience its first super cycle. And the reason we could say that is because look at the amount of holders in terms of long-term holders. It's actually increased to 77.3%. Remember, this went from 75.6% to 77%, and now it keeps growing to 77.3%. The reason I bring this up is because this percentage has not decreased, meaning even though you're seeing a huge liquidation of cryptocurrencies out there, priced in Satoshis, it has not shaken up the long-term holders of DOG. In fact, they're growing. And here's a great example. So we have many people buying DOG. We have Crypto Grassman, we have Frogman, we got Foster, Web3 Meme Guy. We also have Web3 Meme Guy again. We also have Nas Costas. We have Bitcoin Ranch, Cholo. And this is just over the past 24 hours, which is crazy. But I want to get down to the point of this video, which is what's coming up in February 20th. Okay, so let's get ready, prepare for this. So I just want to share this clip really quickly. This is from Erin. Erin is a huge part of the whole Ordinals Bitcoin DeFi community. She's also the co-host of Hell Money podcast with Casey Rodamore. And as you know, Casey Rodamore is the creator of Ordinals and Runes. But I just want to play this clip really quickly.
Just FYI, the new year does not start January 1st. It starts February 17th. The astrology of January 2026 is basically just the wrap up and tail end of 2025. But February 17th, 2026, we have a solar eclipse in Aquarius, which is also the beginning of the Chinese Lunar New Year. This eclipse and the aftermath is like a whole new world emerging. Saturn and Neptune are both entering Aries as this eclipse is happening, and then they're conjunct at the first degree of the zodiac on February 20th. All this energy is so new, I honestly don't even know what to make of it.
So what is she talking about in terms of Saturn and Neptune in conjunction? Well, this is basically what we're seeing here. So what's really rare is that you've not seen Saturn and Neptune, and especially Earth, align specifically on February 20th. The reason I bring this up is because this at a 0-degree angle to Aries, which is right over here, it is literally touching Aries in this alignment. This is something that we haven't seen since, say, for instance, in 556 CE, which is the Common Era. Now, what happened during this time? Well, this was a transition from the Roman Empire over to the Byzantine Gold Era. So basically, during the Roman era, silver was a huge dominant currency, but then we saw the Roman Empire collapse. And then around 556 CE, or roughly 554 to 555 Common Era, the Byzantine era kicked in, and then they switched out of silver into gold. And if you did not know, during that time, we saw that Saturn and Neptune were in conjunction, just like what we're going to see on February 20th. The only difference is where Aries is positioned. So this February 20th, we're going to see Saturn and Neptune in conjunction with Aries at a 0-degree angle. But back on the 556 Common Era, you saw that Saturn and Neptune were in conjunction. But the thing is, Aries was at 7-degree angle. Now, if we focus on the current times, this is what I think could happen starting on February 20th. It won't happen on that day. It's going to start on that day and probably last maybe up to a year. So this will be a slow process. But what I think is going to happen, just like what Benjamin Cohen said, is that silver, we're going to see that rotate. We're going to see what they call the devil's metal. If you didn't know that, that's what silver is called. It's called the devil's metal. And apparently this will sell off, rotate possibly, maybe not even just into gold. Because just what we saw in 556 CE, the Common Era, when silver was being eliminated to be transitioned into gold, maybe this time silver will be liquidated not into gold because gold is at $34 trillion, but maybe into the next new digital asset, which is Bitcoin, the digital gold. Now, here's where it gets a little spiritual, and I hope you're listening still. And this is very important because right now we are in Aquarius. If you don't know what Aquarius is, it means it's more for the people. So right now we're in this time where people are making their voice heard, and now we're starting to see a new transition of people being in power rather than governments. So that's what Aquarius is. But also we have Pluto and Aquarius working together, meaning Pluto is kind of like tech industries. So tech industries are working with the people to create what is going to be possibly digital currencies. So that means that tech industries working for the people means that we're going to step into this new digital era where I think Bitcoin and even DOG are going to start to see, along with the crypto market, a new inflow transitioning from silver and gold into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So I hope that wasn't too much for your brains to kind of digest, but this is why I'm not really shaken up given that it's Friday, January 30th, and what we could see starting on February 20th. Remember, this alignment of Saturn and Neptune is extremely rare. We have not seen this in a very, very long time. I mean, this is amazing. Saturn and Neptune. You may not care about this, but listen, the fact that silver is reaching new all-time highs more than gold is not some crazy coincidence. It's really due to these planets being aligned in this way. So in terms of dog charting and analysis, not really much to say. Listen, I want to see this purple line hit this red line. I want to see this yellow line continue to go underneath this red line in the RSI. I mean, the MACD, like I said, is happening very similar to what we're seeing back in October of 2024, where we start to see this large dip where the purple line hits the red line, the yellow line dips below it. We want to see that happen over here as well, but also the MACD. When you see this blue and orange line, or is it a red line? It's more like an orange line, dip below this area is kind of what we're seeing kind of right over here where we're dipping below it. It doesn't mean we're hopping into the seller's market because remember, February 20th is just right around the corner. But I would suggest all of you, please click on this article I just posted on X. It describes everything in detail of what I just talked about. I just kind of dumped it down for you really quickly to talk about this so you can understand that we're now going from a Roman Empire to the Byzantine era, now into this new digital paradigm shift into the crypto landscape, where we're going to step out of silver into gold, then gold and silver into Bitcoin and crypto. So I hope that this video has not been crazy for you. Listen, right now it looks like dog's doing quite well, but don't think about the short-term time frame. Think about what's going to happen in this year, starting on February 20th. That's why this video is super important for you to understand. Feel free to rewatch it. I want you all to pay attention. I just really appreciate you. Watch this video over and over and make sure to check out that article that I posted on X. It's very important. So with that said, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X to receive all of our alpha calls and updates regarding Dog of the Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.